What's up, NBA fans? It's Thursday, which means it's NBA Thursday for us at the Draft and Stash. It's our first one ever. On today's show, we'll be getting into Rick Carlisle going back to Indiana. Is the Olympic roster correct? Is Trae Young the baddest motherfucker in the planet? Before we can do any of that, though, we got to hit you with that new opener. I could listen to Kawhi Leonard laugh all day long. Like, it is the it's the best thing ever to me. Do you think that Kawhi actually comes back and plays, or like is he just done?
I'm sure hope he does. Well, for the Clippers' sake, they need that man out there.
I mean, they're doing so well tonight. I mean, like I think that they're up 8 after 1. Of course, like they got 10 free throws at the line. So let's get into our 3 small stories. Our 3-point take.
Here's Gasol from outside. Good, a 3. Memphis by 2.
Story number 1. Rick Carlisle leaves the Dallas Mavericks. Tensions apparently were brewing, and he ends up going to Indiana. First and foremost, do you think Indiana accidentally got lucky here being a terrible franchise? Or do you think that they were shrewd and knew that like a great coach would actually hit the market?
Well, I think they got a little lucky with the timing of it. I don't think they had any idea Rick Carlisle was going to fall into their laps like that after letting go of Nate Bjorkensen. But, after 13 seasons in Dallas, it wasn't working there. Carlisle apparently felt like it was mutual for them to want to part ways, him and the organization. So it was time, and I think it's second stint as a Pacers coach, right? I know he's been
he was there before going to Dallas. I think he was there for like 3 or 4 years or something.
Yeah, so a big windfall for that franchise. I think he's a great coach. We've said as much on the show before. I mean, obviously he's got the rings, he's got the playoff appearances, he's coached stars. So yeah, I love it. I love it.
If memory serves, I think he was there during the brawl at the Palace, right?
Oh yeah, was he? Okay.
I think he was the coach, and that Pacers team was supposed to be like really good.
Yeah, from the 2003-2004 season to the 2006-2007 season.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it happened in that range. Yeah. And they had like Ron Artest and like Jermaine O'Neal, Jamal. I mean, just all these guys. It was all this perfect mixture, and they lost like so many players that year, and it just took away any chance. That might have been Reggie Miller's last year or something, whatever. And that was like his last chance for like a ring. And it was just gone or whatever, So, but no, I think that Indiana looked dumb firing Nate McMillan, and then they get lucky and probably arguably the best coach pops up for them or whatever and stuff. And it's like, I mean, like, it's pretty cool. I don't know. Like me personally, I would love to have Carlisle, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. We talked about it, whether or not we'd rather have Jenkins over Carlisle or one of the other guys that's been let off recently. But I think we'd want to stick with Jenkins for now.
Point number 2. Oh, actually, let me fix that. There we go. Point number 2. The Utah Jazz and the Brooklyn Nets lost Game 6 and Game 7s respectively. Both franchises look to should have been pretty good runs this year, but because of injuries and just random things, they fall short. What do you think this means for both franchises, man?
I know what it means for us was we need to stop calling series two games into the series.
But I thought that they might save us and make us look good, but no, we just look stupid instead.
I was cheering so hard for the Nets right there, so it wouldn't look so badly on us.
That's why they lost. It's because my hatred of Kevin Durant subsided, and so the karma gods like, okay, now it's okay if you lose, it's because Andrew's cheering for him.
But yeah, there's a few questions heading into the offseason for both of these teams. With the Jazz, it feels like everything was kind of culminating in this playoff run. And then it just fizzled out in the second round. I mean, they were one team against us where it just felt like for whatever reason, they were hitting 23s a game and could not be stopped. Their role players were all playing perfectly, and then get into the second round, and it's just not quite like that, even with a healthy Mike Conley. So I don't know, man.
It sucks because that's the worst. Is that okay? Like I'm fine if you lose, but it has to be like a really good team, right? And they go through and they crush everybody. I don't want to like make them look like world beaters, and then they suck the next series. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it doesn't reflect as great on us as we would like, but
I mean, like to be up 26 points and give that away with Conley coming back is just
terrible.
Terrible. Do you think Mike Conley comes back to the Jazz?
I think they're going to try as hard as they can to bring him back, and I don't see any reason why he would want to leave. I think they're going to throw big money his way. He's a great fit with that team.
Yeah.
And he's still got some gas left in the tank, man. I think as far as I would be I think they're going to run it back, man. I honestly do. I just think they're going to run it back, maybe try to get another scorer on the wing, but they have the pieces, man. It really just didn't come together when it needed to. I don't know.
I think that Gobert got a little like exposed.
I was going to say, man, that as a 3-time defensive player of the year, he really got exposed with his lack of perimeter defense there in that series against the Clippers. When you've got multiple guys that can score and slash hard on the perimeter, you just can't keep up. And I don't know. I don't know what the solution is when you pay him a supermax 5-year contract. You're in for
$200 million.
Oh, and obviously he's a part of your franchise moving forward, but I just don't know what the salve is there to sort of fix the defensive issues with him.
And then moving on to the Nets, they've got one more year, man. I mean, they're all like 32, 33 or so. Injuries are starting to pile up on them. They don't have cap space. Like this offseason is crazy important. They've got to find one more piece, preferably an actual good big man, which should have been Aldridge, unfortunately, with heart problems and stuff. Or, I mean, do you think that they keep Spencer Dinwiddie, or did they let him bounce or what?
Well, they really could use a quality backup. So I think if they can hold on to Dinwiddie, that they'll 100% try to do so, especially since he's kind of made a name for himself in the NBA as a member of the Nets. And
he's going to want money though, man. I don't know.
D'Angelo Russell era, but I could see them moving on from him. They need all the cap space they can get with the 3 stars they've got on the roster. And, I'm not sure what his contract is. I think he's still on like a super, super small contract. So
Spencer's a free agent. So I think he's coming off of getting paid like $12 million a year.
Okay. So he'll be
like 28. So this is his last big contract. He's
probably going to be getting paid in the mid-teens, right? Something like that.
They just paid Joe Harris, who was awful in the playoffs. So I don't know how, he missed, I don't know how many open threes. I'm just like, what is going on here, man? This is insane. Like he was the best shooter in the regular season, and then he just sucked it up. So I think if the Nets are healthy, this team is obviously good enough to get to at least the East Conference Finals, but all of them want to ring, especially Harden wants a ring. This might be it for them. We'll see. Point number 3. Team USA team has been announced. Most notably, almost nobody on this picture is actually going, especially after it was announced that James Harden is pulling out because of an injury. Do you think that the current team is the best team? Let me pull up the roster currently here. You've got Kevin Durant, which I was shocked that Kevin Durant's actually coming back. Damian Lillard, Booker, Tatum, Beal, Zach LaVine, Kevin Love, Draymond Green, Bam Adebayo, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, and Jeremy Grant. Are there any names on there that stick out and you just don't think that they should be there?
Kevin Love. I haven't seen that man play basketball in like a year, but he's great. He's Kevin Love. I don't think he doesn't belong on a Team USA roster, especially since he's been a big part of some of the better teams in the last decade for USA Olympics.
Man, you know what? It's crazy because originally I was like, man, a lot of these guys shouldn't be here because they're older, but I didn't realize how much none of them have actually been there before. So I get them being there and stuff. If it was
these guys have played in the main Olympics other than KD, Kevin Love and Draymond, right? Oh yeah, it says it right here.
It's on there. If it was me, I wouldn't have Kevin Love, Draymond Green, Chris Middleton, and Drew Holiday. And I would instead start putting in this new star talent like Trae Young, John Morant, Zion Williamson. I would start like integrating those
Devin
guys.
Booker, well, he's on the team. Okay.
Yeah. He's on there.
Young,
Even Tatum are on there. So like, but I mean, because like most of these guys are like at their peak, about out of it. Like Chris Middleton's like 31. I'm just like,
maybe the reasoning there is that these guys are at the peak. They're at the tail end or middle of their careers. So let's give them the shot. The other guys will have chances later on. Maybe
fair enough,
but
do you think that team is good enough to just like roll through everything?
I don't know about roll through, especially as international competition just keeps getting better and better. But I mean, it's a great selection of all-star talent and role player. I mean, everybody on this list basically is an all-star. So other than I think, unless Jeremy Grant made it this season, I can't remember.
I don't think he did. I know that Love has been in the past.
Yeah. So everybody on this roster has been an all-star at one point, other than Jeremy Grant, and he's a 20-point per game scorer.
Yeah.
At the end of the roster, so I like the roster. I don't think it's like the world beaters that we've had in the past with Kobe and LeBron and KD all teaming up. Obviously,
I know
it's enough to win a gold. I think.
I really wanted John Morant to be on there. I think he's on the USA select team. I think he's on that. It's like him, Anthony Edwards. I think Jaren Jackson's on that also. Zion's there and a few other guys or whatever. I would love for Ja to just bust everybody's ass on this other team, and then they're like, okay, let's let Drew Holiday go home and bring John Morant, because that's what happened last time. God, who was it? Trae Young, I think, or whatever, looked awesome, and he was going to play, but then he ended up getting hurt or something or whatever instead. And that looked like a thing there. Dude, if Team Canada brings everybody, they're pretty damn good. I mean, like they're
good. They're good. Yeah.
But because everybody's like, oh, like it's just like average NBA dudes, but it's like, yeah, but that's 14 NBA dudes, like there's other teams since like Spain back in like from like 06 to like 2012 that can match that. But it's like if all those guys go, it's like like Andrew Wiggins, Dylan Brooks, it's just like it's all these dudes or whatever. It could be cool because like Nash never wanted to play for Canada because they sucked all the time, whatever. So it would be fun for them to like finally have pretty good stuff going on.
Tristan Thompson, team captain, baby.
All right, guys, let's get into our full court press.
Celtics disrupting the Nets here. Rondo the loose ball to Beatrice. A little disorganized and.
All right. Do what?
Beatrice, one of those guys you forget about, but what a throwback.
Today's main story is all about the Atlanta Hawks. Is Trae Young really this good? He continues to impress. Every time I pick against the damn dude, he just busts everybody's ass going up against him. I mean, like, they put Giannis on him for most of this game, and he still scored 48 points. And Giannis is supposed to be the be and all. Amazing team defender, ISO defender, every analytical defender, blah, 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 blah. And he got busted up. Do you think that we should take the Hawks and Trae Young more seriously?
I think it's time to, man. I think both of us at points during the season weren't really taking them seriously. Yeah. I think we're both not the biggest Trae Young fans, but
hold on. At the start of the playoffs, I agree. I was not. He has earned my love and admiration.
Dude, absolutely. I'm saying fully coming into the playoffs.
Yeah, I am now. I mean, like, he's back here. I love that he has embraced becoming this league wide fucking villain, and just in his he plays into all of these like theatrics very well, and he's leaning into it, which Kevin Durant and LeBron James both could have done, but they're like too like egotistical to really want people to like hate them. And Trae just thinks that's great. I mean, him beating the Knicks in the Garden and then he bowed and stuff, and just like he's just great. And like and I love that in the playoffs he hasn't been hunting for fouls. He's just playing, which is what he did in college, and he's so exciting to watch.
Yeah, man, I think they're the real deal. I think they could have a really solid chance of making the finals. They're coached excellently by Nate McMillan. He's really brought that team together. There were rumblings of John Collins and Trae Young not liking each other early in the season, and now they're calling each other brothers. They're duking it out in the playoffs alongside each other. And I don't know, man. This team looks like they've got the mojo, kind of like the Suns do out west. And Trae Young's a dynamo, man. I think we're seeing a superstar develop before our eyes. He came into the league a star, and he looks like he's taking that next leap of just, I mean, his offensive dominance has been on another level this series and really the whole playoff run for them. He's averaging 30 a game, 10.5 assists, only 3.5 turnovers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's funny is he's actually doing this while shooting 33% from three, which you would think he would be scorching.
His shot has not been that great, but but he's also taking like a lot of bad shots, which he's probably having to do because that's what he's being given.
But he's picked up the volume of his floaters, that mid-range, like in the paint area type shot, and those are all falling for him right now. And it's just he is. I mean, you see what he's doing to the Bucks, man. It's just he's completely dismantling Budenholzer's defensive schemes, and
Trae Young and John Morant both have the same skill where they're so just tricky with their handle. And once they get in the lane and they begin to elevate, you don't know if it's going to be an alley-oop or a shot until it's already in the air.
Yeah.
So both of them are able to hide that so well that it makes them so dangerous in the paint. And
they force defenses to make tough decisions on the fly.
So it causes bigs to drop a lot. And that floater's fallen. It's gonna be a long night. They're just killing. Let's talk about John Collins actually also.
Yeah, and the supporting cast. Yeah, he bet on himself. Yeah. He was offered a $90 million deal. He turned it down. Everybody balked at it, and they were saying like, "Oh, this is crazy. He's being greedy." Start to the season for him. Yeah,
yeah. And then he came into the playoffs, and he has earned every bit of this max contract that the Hawks that the Hawks now have to give him because he's playing too well not to pay him. And then if they don't pay him, it makes them look bad as a franchise because now they don't reward you for like playing hard and well, so
they're giving him they have to give him a contract.
Have to, because if they don't, it's like, who do they, bring in? And then he's doing everything. He's hitting threes, he's rebounding his ass off, he's playing defense, he's hustling, he looks great. In fact, him and Trae had one of the most exciting plays I've ever seen in my life.
But on the drive, it goes to the left.
Just absolutely.
You know what's funny? I can't remember who tweeted this. Maybe it was Solomon Hill, but somebody was saying that he saw them doing that in practice and said, "Why are y'all practicing that? You're never going to do it in game." But they just conference finals. Yeah, that's hilarious, man.
Good Lord, dude.
Yeah, look at that. And one. Yeah, man. They're excellent, man. I think one thing to look for in the next matchup is Budenholzer seemed to realize what he was doing was not working defensively towards the end of the game there.
Yeah,
because what they were doing was dropping back the big on every pick. That's what they've always done. It's worked for them the entire season. It's really worked for them for several seasons defensively. They drop the big back. They just rely on their man coverage and for teams to miss shots, and it usually works out. But what's happening here? Trae Young is completely dissecting this defensive scheme by getting into the middle of the paint, which opens up shooters on the perimeter. Kevin Huerter, all these guys.
Huerter and Bogey didn't really shoot that well or whatever.
Not last game, no.
Yeah. So, the Hawks played great, and they ended up winning, I think, by like 5 or something or whatever, or 4. And the Bucks played good, but not best. I would not be shocked if the Bucks win 4 in a row here, but I also wouldn't be shocked if the Hawks win in 7 or something, man. Like it's absolutely incredible, So like I'm not going to bet against them, and I'm not a big Giannis fan, so I'd be totally cool if Trae Young in his 3rd year goes to like the finals or something or whatever.
Yeah,
would just be awesome.
Yeah, man. Right. I think easily could happen. We'll just have to wait and see.
Right. All right. Time for our final thoughts.
Lillard, long range 3. Years ago, Lillard hit a 3.
All right, Frank. Final thoughts of the show. What is one last NBA thought that is rattling around your head, man?
Well, man, there's something that I saw that I think is really interesting, and that's that concurrent TV viewership for the NBA playoffs this year, 2021 season, is up 39% over last year, and through the conference semifinals. And I think that bodes well for the league, man. There was all this talk of LeBron losing in the first round, Curry not making it to the playoffs, Dame bowing out in the first round. And it's good to see that when good basketball is being played, basketball fans show up to watch. And regardless of whether or not there's the established stars present there. And what happens is now we're seeing Trae Young ascend. We're seeing Devin Booker ascend. We're seeing these guys get the spotlight, out of the shadow of LeBron and these guys that have been dominating the league for the better half of 20 years in LeBron's case. And I don't know. It's just really promising, man, especially this might be a little bit of the small market fan in me speaking, but just to see a Milwaukee and I know they're not really
Atlanta,
small markets, but Atlanta and the LAB team and the Phoenix Suns. It's just good to see these teams make it this far and kind of reinvigorate these franchises. It kind of gives me hope for the Grizzlies moving forward. So it's good to see, man.
Dude, it's always great to see NBA fans be more like vindicated, because everybody who's a casual is saying, oh, like, Curry being gone, James being gone, like the numbers are down. Like I was shocked that like all the numbers are up, and it's like it's the most numbers in like a while. So I mean, like it's great, man, and like it bodes well going forward that hopefully the cap space goes back up. We can start having more money and stuff or whatever. So I mean, like I agree. Awesome final point. My final thought is Jay Williams is an idiot. So he is claiming that his Twitter was hacked and that somebody tweeted out that the guy who's being hired from the Nets is the first ever black coach. But of course, that's not true, because like historically, Bill Russell and Doc Rivers and all these guys. And so like later on, Jay's like, no, I didn't do that. Somebody else hacked my account. Like who is hacking Jay Williams' account to give out bad information? Like it's so silly.
That, yeah.
For that, it's like it's so dumb, So it's like, why not just be real about it? Be like, hey, I didn't know Boston's racist as hell. I just assumed that you never had a coach who was black before.
I don't know. I'm kind of on Jay Williams' side with this one. When you make when you mess up that bad, you almost don't even want to
lie, whatever.
You just gotta keep going with it.
No. That was another Jason Williams. That was white chocolate Jason Williams saying that, not me or whatever. So very cool. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for our first ever NBA Thursday. This will be happening all throughout the Thursdays. Next week, we will be doing our second mock draft for the NBA. It's going to be huge. Chip Williams is coming back to join us. We're doing both rounds, trades, everything. It's going to be long, but it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So come back for that. It'll be live. And then, of course, I will edit it up and chop it up and then put it up on YouTube later in case you can't join us, because it's going to be like a good 2 hours long probably or something. Whatever. It's going to be it's going to be great. And then, as always, if you are a Grizzlies fan, you can join us on Memphis Mondays. But until next time, let's go Grizz. And the NBA, I guess.
And the NBA.
Thanks, guys.
Crowder looking, throws it alley. Oh! He puts it down! He puts it down!